Story 1. Finally getting my personal justice after experience with abusive ex. I'm gonna try to be as succinct as possible here. I was with my abuser for 3 years. During this time, he tried to control me. He belittled and purposely limited my highly ambitious nature. He tried to convince me that men had it worse during pregnancy. He has been openly racist to me, and outwardly, I am a person of color. He shoved me to the wall with his hands on my neck when I cried when Trump won in 2016. He was sexually aggressive and had a lot of sexual fantasies that were very questionable, to the point where my body shut down. He loved shitting on women's bodies after they've given birth, and mind you, he was below average and has no sense of athleticism. He was forceful about having children with me, and I wasn't ready. He told me that I would be an old haggard if I didn't have children at 24, when I was trying to finish university. He was 27 and his men ovaries were having extreme baby fever. He would scream at me and record me every time we would have fights. He also cheated on me. It's been many years and I face vomiting every time for allowing myself to have given him that time I can never have back, but I have forgiven myself and buried him deep into a black hole. Yesterday, I went to a get-together with a few hometown friends. My friend is mutuals with my ex's sister, and she spilled some tea about him without me asking, LOL. He's now married with the woman he was sleeping with during that time frame. They popped out 3 kids in 2.5 years. No breaks. His wife is controlling, and my friend pointed out that she was really physically unappealing. She found out that I moved back home. I'm leaving in a few months, and she was so outraged that now they're moving to Idaho, LOL. I'm in SoCal, which is the last trip him and I took before we broke up. His mom and sister have cut off ties with him and his family because he hurt his mom. He apparently still checks my online presence and continuously thinks about me. I know that wasn't petty, but I'm happy that the universe helped him get the life he always dreamed of, rolling on the floor laughing. Edit update, 10:14 a.m., March 25th. Hi everyone. Thank you for sharing your stories and all sorts of comments. I 100% am grateful for all of you all. I wanted to share this on here because it felt like a good place to vent. I didn't think it would receive a lot of comments and such. I wanted to post this because I feel it's quite draining to respond to each message of support, as it's not fun reliving experiences and such. But thank you nonetheless. Anyway, just to clarify, this was a relationship that started 10 years ago and ended a long time ago. So, I've since moved on and have had a really adventurous and fruitful life, fulfilling whatever my heart desires. This person was my literal first boyfriend, LOL. I am 31 now. I didn't grow up in an environment where healthy relationships were a thing. We have always been taught to endure and persevere and ignore in my family/culture. I didn't know my experiences were terrifying and that my feelings of hurt were genuinely normal until I started talking to my friends and learning of other people's experiences. I went along with everything and endured because 1, I felt trapped and thought my perception of what is considered normal were basically gaslight by this human. 2, my younger self thought that enduring struggles was a test of the strength of a relationship. Minus the openly racist comments, everything I've mentioned were of him confiding his thoughts and true emotions in private. Yes, we had an entire argument about pregnancy and how he thought it was weird that his stepsister didn't snap back into her petite form. I'm gonna stop there, it gets worse. I choose to move on with my life and remove any remaining skid marks he's left on my psyche by going to therapy and becoming the best version of myself. Thank you for your support and kindness. Blue Heart. Update, 10:37 a.m. The conversation with my friend happened on Saturday, the 23rd of March 2024. I fully believe in the universe being of service now, LMAO. Story 2. AITA for not giving my stay-at-home wife more money? Not the a-hole. My 29M wife, 26F, quit at the beginning of this year her relatively well-paying job in video game development to pursue a writing career. That's great. I think she's a great writer and wholeheartedly support her choice. Now, both my wife and I come from upper-class families. The only difference is that my parents grew up under communism, so I was taught the value of money from a young age. My wife did not have such an upbringing. Her lifestyle and hobbies scream rich person, especially her gaming habits. When she had her job, this wasn't much of an issue. But now it seems she is out of savings and has been asking me for more money. I asked her clearly, is it for book research? She said no, so I told her no. She can make do with what she has. She seemed okay with it at first. But now she's passively joking that I'm a financially controlling asshole. What's bothering me more is she's doing it in front of the kids. 5F3M. Edit. Wow, this blew up. Some people are asking for clarifications. When I meant rich people, I meant trust fund baby rich. This applies to both of us in a sense. But my family built or regained its wealth after communism fell. She gets money from her trust fund. When I mean gaming habits, she is one of the whales people complain about when discussing microtransactions. This issue doesn't involve household expenses or stuff we do together. This is our shared expenses I cover. I'm not letting her starve like someone implied. This is about brunch with the girls 5 times a week. Kids aren't an issue. Our parents help us 24/7. Story 3. Bitchy SIL tries to break us up. Reveals her miserable nature instead. My partner's sister has never been nice to me despite me actively trying to get to know her, be kind and build a positive relationship. She has never welcomed me into his life, only been mean and rude towards me for years, and harshly rejected any attempts of friendship or working things out. So I gave up, quietly cut her out of my life and remained civil. She avoids me anyway, which works out great. They share a friend group. Their friends think she's so nice. She repeatedly told me she has no issue with me. Their friends told me several times she has no issue with me. My partner spoke to her about it, but told me she never said a bad word about me. Other than that, we'd never be close because we're 2 different people. She bullies my partner too and often belittles him. Since they come from an abusive home life where that was their everyday, he didn't recognize how badly she was treating him and would get defensive when I brought it up that I didn't like how she treated either of us. People outside the situation told me that it's really her issue and has nothing to do with me. Unfortunately, as much as I wanted to protect my partner, I knew his sister was his closest relationship as they were each other's anchors in their abusive family life. I never wanted to separate or come between them, but had to protect my own safety. He had to get there on his own. For the record, my partner has always been very good to me. Needed leeway to learn how to do better. Needed to learn what to look for. Given me lots of safety. Protects me and I love him deeply. My revenge with his sister is kill her with kindness and make myself untouchable. I give her no excuses to pick a fight with me. I built up positive relationships with all their friends kids, and their friends' pets. If she complains about me, she's getting rebuffed and looks bad. I set boundaries on how I want to be treated and refuse to be her whipping post. She complained that she has to walk on eggshells with me as a result. Most importantly, I built up such a healthy relationship with my partner over the last 5 years. He's no longer taking her abuses, which was the last straw. Eventually, her own romantic relationship of 10 years completely blew up last year, ending horribly. She recently revealed she doesn't like me. I knew it the entire time. It felt so vindicating after years of being gaslit and my gut feeling being right. She recently told my partner she has problems with me but refuses to ever say what they are or work them out with me. She more recently told my partner she's done trying to help him and doesn't want to be around him anymore. She tried to break us up, which failed. She is now trying to turn their friends against him. I can tell she envies my partner, used her long-term romantic relationship as the one thing she felt she had over him and deep down doesn't want him to be happy. I know she hates herself, is deeply insecure and in a lot of pain but refuses to self-reflect and look inward and makes excuses to justify a lot of awful behavior. I did a lot to overcome the pain she put me through. I feel bad for her and wish her healing, but for now, I'm personally happy to have her out of my life. A mantra I live by is, be so positive that negative people don't want to be around you. And I love when the trash takes itself out. Kindness, happiness, and sincerity can be very effective weapons. Yeah, I still pettily enjoy watching miserable people implode on themselves and fail hard at hurting others. Don't treat me or my loved ones badly. TLDR, my partner's sister is a miserable person who bullies him and never treated me well. Felt like I was going crazy as everyone told me she never had a problem with me. I never gave her an excuse. She can't talk shit about me to anyone without looking bad. Over time, she revealed her true nature, admitted she never liked me, but refuses to work things out, and she's torpedoing her own relationships. My partner is now refusing to take her abuse.